Well, I decided to go on a little road trip today. Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. Disclaimer, even though it's probably not even needed for this video. Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Okay, so most of you guys know my daughter sees a specialist. Today we had to go to her first appointment at her new specialist office since we moved. And it's like less than an hour from Othram. Okay, so right now, her and my oldest are inside of a Barnes & Noble because she's like a book psycho. She wanted to go in there and get a couple of books. Me and my youngest are in the car waiting for them to get back out. And then we're going to head to Othram. I'm not going to be able to talk to anybody. I'm not going to be able to answer any questions. This is literally just me taking an opportunity because I'm already close enough. And I don't get this close to this place for any reason other than today, and I want to drive by. Now, I've looked at it on Google Maps, and I don't think that there's like anything that I'm going to have to badge in to get into the parking lot. It looks like the parking lot itself is like open access. So really, I'm just trying to like just drive around and just kind of just like see the place. That's really all this is. I just want to go and see the freaking place. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. All right, we're gonna be there in a few minutes. We're at a light. And I'm just like thinking about how this worked, right? Because they had to get the information to Othram. But what I don't know is if it was just like the programming sequencing, just paperwork, just data analysis that was done at the original lab, or if they actually sent Othram part of the touch DNA. That's one thing that we don't have any information on. And then of course we know they keep playing around about if it was really Othram or not, but we all know that it was. There's really nothing they can do. We know that it was Othram. What I'm really curious about is how many cases has Othram had the FBI like come into their office and be like, stop everything, don't touch anything else, we're taking over. I wonder how many cases that they've actually had that happen with, because they're a majority a cold case lab. And this is like obviously active and open, which is again sort of strange that they even sent this off to Othram in the first place, since they are a cold case lab. So I wonder if they've used them for active cases before, or if they've only ever used them for cold case stuff. There's a bunch of open-ended questions with this whole thing. But I really would just love to know how they reacted whenever the FBI halted them. And I would love to know how it happened. Like, did feds like show up and like storm into the building and be like, hey, you know, FBI, quit everything, pack it all up, we're taking it out of here, the way you see in the movies? Or if it was just like a phone call and then they just were like, okay guys, we're gonna shut down this investigation and send everything over to this contact at the federal office. Just super curious. Okay, so we're about to turn on New Trails Drive. Now I'm not getting out. I'm not trying to bother nobody, all right? I just want to kind of drive around and see what the building's all about. And we're about to pull into, yeah, this is New Trails Drive that we're turning on, and this is like the researched forest crossroad area. Yeah, so let's just see. Let's see how this place looks. When I looked at it on Google Maps, it looks like a bank building, and I think it said something about financial something, or maybe first trade something. I can't really remember. But yeah, I'm just gonna take you guys along for the ride. Just doing a little circle in the parking lot. How lame am I? No, I cannot show you this license plate. But it's odd that I'm driving over to Othram and there's a Washington license plate in front of me. That's just a little creepy. Okay, is this it right here? Yeah. Okay. We're gonna turn in here. Does it say it on the thing? Does it say it at all? Independent Financial is the only thing that I saw on the map. But this is the building, Ariel. Show the building. 'Tis the building. See, there's like no special access to just get into the parking lot. Let's see. Show the address right here so people can see it. 2829. I really just want to see something that actually has like the Othram insignia on it. I'm just not really seeing it. Let's go back around this way. Black Walnut Cafe. They probably get a lot of business from these people. Let's see. Avion Wealth Parking. Independent Financial Parking. I just want an Othram like insignia. I just want like proof that this is actually where it's at. Okay, Woodlands something or other. Woodlands Wellness Parking. I don't see a damn thing. Truly title. And look, watch, show them the map, see? It says that we've arrived. It says that we have arrived, but I sure do not see anything. There's nothing related to Othram on the building. There's nothing related to Othram on the insignia at the entrance of the area. That's weird. There's literally nothing. There's no... See the big building? There's no insignia for Othram at this entire place. And that's weird. That is weird. Did I miss anything? Did you see anything? You didn't see nothing? Well... I don't know. Park. Yeah, so just a big old building. I mean, like, it's nice. It's got like, you know, watery stuff, but so that's a bit weird that there's nothing anywhere. Like, there's nothing on the signs in the front. I'll stop and get that on the way out so you can see that too. There's nothing on any of the like parking spots, and they all have it like spray painted. There's like several spots for each company spray painted. So while this is the address where it says Othram Labs is, there's nothing on the building for Othram, and I'm not going inside. I'm just not gonna do it. But that's odd. I wasn't expecting to drive around and not see anything pertaining to Othram at all on the building. So yeah. All right, yeah, look. It doesn't say anything about Othram at all. But go to Google, and this is the damn address it gives you. That is wild. Okay, look, so I put Othram back in my navigator, and now it popped up a second location that's 5 minutes away. That is association or organization, but that also shows temporarily closed. So we're heading over there right now. Okay, so we are 1 minute away and we are turning on Lake Woodlands Drive. I'm really like, I don't even really know what to think, honestly. If we get over here and show the map real fast. Oh look, HEB headquarters, look. Othram. Okay, this is the second location. This is the one that says that it's like temporarily closed, or yeah, temporarily closed. It's a little sketchy to me if both locations where they're claiming some of this stuff was like sent to and done are just like non-existent now all of a freaking sudden. And see, this is weird too because it's telling me that it's like literally right here. There's nothing here. Show this. There's nothing here. Show the map. It's telling me that I've arrived. Show what it's showing. Okay, so now we're gonna turn and see what this shit could possibly be in here. But it tells me that I'm already there. So, and now we're at the mall. Show them all. This is a mall. Where's Othram Lab, guys? Where's Othram? Okay, I'm back home. We're going to look up some stuff on the computer because I'm just really sort of confused. Like, okay, I understand if it's like a headquarters office and there's no need for public access, why maybe there wouldn't be any insignia outside of the building. But the other businesses had their names spray painted on like certain parking spots for people to have, not like assigned parking, but just so that those people that worked for those businesses could get parking up at the building instead of there being like, you know, they have to park everywhere else because people that don't belong that close to the building for convenience reasons were in those spots. I actually don't know. I'm just like assuming the reason why there was like 3 to 5 in a row for each business, but Othram. Okay. Now, I was talking to Melissa, Jade, and Shay, and I mentioned to Shay that in some of the research that I found that it says HQ next to the address where the big building is. So it's a very great possibility that it's literally just the headquarters office, like corporate, that there's no labs or anything in there. There's nobody that comes in and out of there for any reason. So maybe that's why there's nothing on the building and there's nothing on the signage outside. I don't know. I do know there was like one person, just like one person that we saw going inside, and it looks like they badged into the door. And I'm not trying to have the cops called on me. I ain't got nobody to bail me out. Okay. I don't have nobody to take care of my kids if I go to jail. I'm not trying to do none of them crazy things, right? There's other YouTubers out there that want to go and do risky crap that could possibly put them in jail. They can go have the frick at it because I'm not the one. What I don't understand is the secondary location that doesn't exist. Okay. And it doesn't just exist like I showed you driving right there, and I'm literally at a crossroad. I am at a crossroad 4-way stoplight situation, and it says I have arrived, and there's nothing there. Okay. No, it shows that there's nothing there on Google either. So we're going to start with their Twitter page. Okay. I showed their Twitter page forever ago whenever we first heard about Othram because people were questioning their validity. So I found the page and I was like, guys, this page wasn't like created after the crime or around the crime. All right. It was created back in 2018. It had postings and they had solved cases. Okay. It wasn't like it was sketchy and brand new and just like popped up out of nowhere. Okay. I showed that. But if you see how it says it's in the Woodlands, right, for Othram. And this is their website. Okay. So you go to their website. This is othram.com. This is their contact information. On their Twitter, it says Woodlands, Texas. On their website, it says Houston, Texas. And some people, especially local people to that area, are probably like, oh, that's not a big deal. Okay. But it changes again. It changes again. And I'm going to show you. Hold on a second. So we click on, well, what I did is click, highlight and then do copy search. Okay. It shows up this one. This one is the one that I went to where there was no building. This is the one where there was freaking nothing. Okay. And notice it says permanently closed on here, but on my GPS in my Honda, it said temporarily closed. So that's another thing that's just a tiny bit different. Okay. Now this is 8301 New Trails Drive. It's supposed to be Suite 110 in the Woodlands. That's the blank location, the secondary one that you saw me drive to. Okay. When you click and copy this and go to maps, it also opens up to a blank page. Like it's just nothing but trees. It's trees and pavement. And look, you can't even get to where this parking lot is supposed to be. You can't. The only thing you can do is pop down in here. Huntsman. Advanced technology. See, it's just blank. And that was, what was that? That was what address was that? 8302. So it should have been over here. Right across the street. There's nothing there. It's blank. And just like you saw in my video, I got up to the red light where it's like a 4-way, just says something about Marker Street or whatever on the corner. And it told me I was there. There was nothing there. There was literally nothing there. It was a good like 100 and something feet before we even got to the next building. And at the next light is where you see the mall was, the Woodlands. And that's another thing. I want to show you guys here in a second that it also has the exact same address for the 2829 address listed as not only Houston and not only the Woodlands, but also Spring, Texas. So I don't know why it's given itself like 3 different names for the city and state that it's in. That's a little freaking weird. So then, okay, you click on here. Oh, it's going to see if I'm a human first. Am I a human? Am I a human? Thank you. So if you click on here, see it says Woodlands and it starts to give the phone number, but it doesn't really. I'm just showing you this because I've checked to make sure that it's the correct address several freaking times. Okay, several freaking times. Both of them. And they were right. I didn't go to made up locations. I literally plugged in my phone so that my phone's GPS was the one that was in my freaking car. And that's where it took me. Okay. Now this is the 2829. This is the one where I went where I didn't see any insignia. And I'll just go ahead and let's see if it'll just let me maps. So I can just show you guys that it is the same. See the building? Okay. That's the building I was in. That's the building. Let's see. Oh, and look, and you can go all the way around this damn thing. But you can't go all the way around the other building. Bro, this thing dropped me in the parking lot. I'm in the whole parking lot. And see, look, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I was calling out. The businesses, see, it's like that. On all the way around the building. I read out the names to you. I read out the names. There was nothing there. There was no lab vehicles that had like an Othram sticker. There was nothing. This is dropping me straight up in the parking lot. I can drive around this whole thing, can't I? June of 22. And see, it says the Woodlands. See, this is the front. This is the front area. See? 2829. All right. So I don't know. It's very, very strange to me. Some people think not really. I don't. Cool. My opinion is it's a bit odd. It's a bit odd. Okay, this thing has to check and see if I'm a human again. I'm just going to let this stuff stay in here too because I'm trying to get this video out. And the longer I nitpick, the longer it's going to take. Okay, this is Dun & Bradstreet. This is a business directory. Now, this is where I first noticed that it had Spring, Texas. I don't know why in the world it's doing that. But notice if you put that in, this doesn't pop up the building like it does over here. 2829 Technology Forest Boulevard, Suite 100, the Woodlands. But if you type it in over here, well, if you take it with Spring, Texas, it still puts in the Woodlands right here, but doesn't show a photo at all. Okay. Now, see Spring, Texas again. Which one is this? Okay, this is opengovus.com. I'm just literally clicking on all kind of stuff just to see what I can see. Now, whatever they had with like this situation is expired. It says its status is expired. Record status expired. I don't know exactly what that means. What's expired? Maybe it's like the registration for being in this website maybe is expired. I don't freaking know. I have no idea. Okay. But even in this, Spring, Texas. And if you go down here, the Woodlands, on the same website, on the exact same listings page, it has 2 different cities for freaking what? For why? Okay. Now this is what I mean why it says headquarters. 2829 Technology Forest Boulevard, Suite 100, headquarters. That's why I'm like, okay, well, maybe it really is just the headquarters office where like the HR people are, the bosses, the president, the people that make, call the shots. Maybe that's just where they are. So there's no reason for it to have a listing because I know that there are private businesses like that. All right. Before we started working from home, my company, we owned a building, but we also rented out or leased like a couple of floors in the bigger building next to us. Both of them, you had to have a badge to get in the door. You had to have a badge to use any of the doors inside of the building whatsoever. And they were timed. They didn't work after certain hours. They didn't work before certain hours unless you had special permission. But there were like tax people and lawyers that also rented out rooms on certain floors in that building. Some of them on the same floors that our stuff was on. Okay. Some of them on other floors. And some of those weren't even listed on the thing outside. And honestly, if you walked into the separate building that we leased off of, it didn't say a damn thing about my company. It just didn't. So even if I could have gotten inside, there's no guarantee there would have been anything on any sort of directory either. I'm just saying. So if you go to Rocket Reach, it has the Woodlands, Texas address, which is all fine and good, but it shows that the chief commercial officer for Othram is in Virginia. What else is in Virginia? Yeah. Quantico is in Virginia. Now this just says Texas. These are people. These are like the top Othram employees. And I'm really thinking about sending a couple of emails because I just have questions. And I don't see why there's not certain things they can answer, especially if it's not like completely case-based. There's more generic questions that can be asked where I can still, I feel, get certain answers to things. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing because I have questions, bro. I have for real questions, especially since the main person is in Virginia. Okay. Now the rest of them that they're listing right here are in Texas, but these are like areas around Houston, Spring, Cypress, Conroe. Yeah. Like it's not, it has to be something. They can't be three different cities. It just can't. It can't be Houston and the Woodlands and Spring, Texas. You're in a location. So which freaking location are you actually? I just don't see how the same exact address can get away with being on all these different websites with all these different cities connected to it. Like I said, I just wanted to go by the damn place. I just wanted to talk about the case for a few minutes while driving around the parking lot because I'm a true crime content creator, and that's just what I wanted to do. I wasn't expecting to go over there and have more questions. But isn't that like how this has been going? That's the theme of this case. Every time somebody looks into something or just, innocently wants to go look at the building that we've been told about for over a year now, instead of it just being like a thing, it becomes a thing. It's not supposed to be a thing. I don't know why it's a thing. I don't know why I'm told to drive to one location and I get told that I'm there and there's no building. If something's temporarily closed, it's still standing, right? Like, isn't that normally how that works? That the building is still there? So I don't know. I wasn't expecting this. Like, even my son, after we like realized that it was kind of strange and then the other address popped up, he's like, forget the tacos. We'll get the tacos later. We need to go to this other address. This is crazy. So even he was like, let's go. So we went. I mean, I'm glad we did. It was an interesting little adventure, but I just don't understand. I don't understand what happened. I don't. But that's it, you guys. I'm tired. I am going to go to bed. Hopefully, if I can shut my brain down, we shall see. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please not forget to leave a like on your way out and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. Go out and try to do some good today. See y'all.